What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I want to talk to you guys about Adrian the Problem Broner. He has officially posted on his Instagram that the fight between him and Pacquiao is actually signed, sealed, delivered, and done. And it's good news because I'm glad that this fight is actually officially made, because there were talks about it, and it looked close, but nothing was actually set in stone yet. Now the fight has been signed, the deal has been made. Adrian Broner, he had the green light to post it on his Instagram, so he's ready to fight. And of course, his confidence level is always going to be on high. Now, is his performance going to be the same? That remains to be seen. However, I look at Manny Pacquiao, and a lot of people think I'm biased towards the zone. I'm not. Manny Pacquiao signed the best deal he could possibly sign with any fighter, because it depends on a case-by-case basis. Okay, if you would want to join the zone if you were a middleweight, right? Not necessarily a welterweight. He signed with Al Haymon because that's the best option for him, because PBC has all the welterweights except for Crawford, right? Everyone either fights on Showtime or Fox. So even Errol Spence, he's not with the zone, but he's with Al Haymon. He's not with PBC, but he's with Al Haymon, which created PBC. So basically, he fights under him. That's his advisor. That's who he deals with, Al Haymon. So yeah, Manny, if he wanted to fight as a welterweight, all the welterweights have belts and none of them are with the zone. So I can understand him not going that route. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta find what's best for you, and that's what Manny done. Manny, knows that when Manny gets to the welterweight division, he does have that regular portion of the WBA, the one that Terrence Crawford said is not a real belt, right? He has that as somewhat of a bargaining chip. He is an icon. He is a legend already with all the things he's already done. And he's still fighting, and he wants to fight the elite guys. He wants guys like Mikey Garcia. He wants Earl Spence. He wants Sean Porter, and all those guys are on that side of the street. So it was a good idea for him to get those made, since you won't have all that politics involved in that. And these guys are going to fight Manny Pacquiao because they figure, okay, Manny Pacquiao's damn near 40 years old, so we have a better chance of beating him now versus 2 or 3 years ago. Because, 2 or 3 years ago, the Adrian Broner fight was on the table at that time, but for some reason it fell, it scratched out. I don't know if Broner, I think remembering him, he either jumped the gun and said something too quick before the negotiations were made. That's one of the situations that I remember hearing, but I'm not really too sure. But they were in talks of fighting a couple years ago. And a lot of people weren't really adamant. Danny Garcia turned down a fight with Manny Pacquiao for $4 million. But this was Manny Pacquiao still kicking ass, though. You see what I'm saying? He was that same guy, the guy that dropped Timothy Bradley for the first time in their saga. So it looked like he got better and better, especially being in the ring with him 2 other times, besides that time he dropped him. So Manny was looking like he was coming on a comeback, and and of course the fight with Horn, everybody thought he was robbed and stuff like that, which I think he did enough to beat Horn. He just didn't look as good as he normally did, so a lot of people thought he was slipping. Okay, so he had the Matisse fight, and the Matisse fight was a good performance. Based on how Matisse was and what his condition was in. That's That's the question you ask yourself. And with Broner being who he is, and he's more like a gatekeeper now, I want to see what he still has left, and I really, really want to see what Manny has to bring to the table fighting someone like Adrian Broner, because he still has speed, he still has that stunning quick power. So we'll see if his reflexes are the same. You know what I'm saying? Fighting someone like Adrian Broner. But it looks like a good fight. I'm glad the fight's finally made. And joining PBC is the best thing for Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? The 2-fight deal sounds good, so I hope he got paid, like he's supposed to, his worth. And I think Al Heyman is going to do him justice, you know what I'm saying? Or other words, he wouldn't have signed with him. So if he can't get Mayweather, he said, he'll go for Mikey Garcia. But if Mikey Garcia decides to jump to the zone, we got another hurdle to get by. You know what I mean? Let's hope he could fight Mayweather, because Mayweather's more his age. And I think Mayweather should man up and fight Manny, because after all, he wouldn't have joined PBC if he didn't know that he wasn't going to get a fight with Mayweather. That's why he joined with Al Heyman, no doubt about it. You know what I mean? I don't have a doubt about that. He joined because he wanted that fight with Mayweather, with an attached fight with Adrian Broner, which he is signed to fight. So, but I'm proud of Manny again. I'm glad the fight's made. I will do a breakdown fight study on it, probably next month or so, so you guys stay tuned for that. Big up Manny Pacquiao, big up PBC, for making this happen. You guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.